2 here. It is time for another G.I. Joe toy review. Sit back and enjoy nice orange Coke Zero. So, last week, well, past few weeks, we have been looking at vintage figures, very popular, very expensive figures. Today I thought we would change the game a little bit, jump ahead to the future about 25 years from that time to take a look at the 2008 Breaker and the Ram Cycle. Now, Breaker came packaged with the Trouble Bubble that came with a Televiper. I'm not going to review this just yet. I'm going to do that separately. But it retailed for $14.99, which is a fantastic buy, especially for 2 small vehicles and 2 action figures. It was wonderful. Great price on that. But that same year, Breaker came packaged with a comic book 2-pack that came with Destro and the 25th anniversary of issue number 14, which was originally released in '84. Very good comic this was. I really enjoyed reading it. I love the comic 2-packs, and I'll cover more of that when I review this comic 2-pack. But there's something I want to point out with Breaker. You see that pink ball right there? That's supposed to be bubble gum. Now, on the back of the box that came with that Breaker and the Ram came with, it showed him with the bubble gum attached to his face. Now, it's a little bit too small to show up on camera. I've already tried in the first take of this. But you could affix the gum to his face, which is a pretty cool little feature. So it obviously was showing Breaker from the comic 2-pack and not the one that actually came with the Ram. There is a slight variant, color variant on there, and I'm going to point that out when we look at the figure. Oh. Let's see, going through my notes here. So he was only available in 2008. They didn't keep them on the shelves for very long anymore after that. The original Ram was a fantastic vehicle. I remember playing with it as a kid. I absolutely adored it. Wish I had one, but by the time it wasn't readily available by the time I started collecting G.I. Joe full-time. But it was a fun vehicle to have to play with. I really enjoyed it. We got a lot of playtime out of it. As a kid, having a motorcycle, a toy motorcycle, was just everything. You were the dog's bollocks if you had a toy motorcycle. Dirt bikes were really popular back in the 80s, especially out here in the American Southwest, where we have plenty of desert for people to ride, and it was just a great pastime. A lot of the neighbors had dirt bikes and ATCs. Remember those death machines? Oh, I had one, and man, did it roll easily. Turn a corner too quick, you know, it was not a safe vehicle, a safe machine to be riding. I was just scared the daylights out of me having to turn, or even riding on an incline. I would roll over, so it was flat ground for me. on that thing. Oh, but anyway, yeah, dirt bikes were a lot of fun. I enjoyed riding as a kid, and it's, you know, good memories. You know, come back covered in dust and chewing dust. Even though you wore a helmet, you still got dust in your mouth. Mine was a full-faced helmet, had a visor and everything, and I still sucked in dust up underneath. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this figure and vehicle. All right, let's do a side-by-side comparison here on Breaker. Oh, pardon me, I should have dusted his figure stand off. One says Corporal Breaker on the figure stand. That's the one that came with the comic 2-pack. The other figure stand just says Breaker. He came with the Ram. There is a slight color variant on these guys. Seems to be a little shinier, maybe a slightly lighter shade of green. His harness or web gear has no paint apps. All the paint apps are reserved for the comic 2-pack, where his hand grenade is painted green, his pouches are painted green, and his belt is painted green. He also comes with 2 pistols. Yes, they finally gave my man some weapons. He came with 2 pistols, identical. So that's how you could tell you have the comic 2-pack, outside of the fact that he comes with this communications gear. Now the Breaker that came with the Ram, let's take off some of his accessories here. He came with 2 pistols, slight difference. One is gray, and it looks like a 45. It fits into this very nice holster that's slotted on the back. Seats in there really well. Does not come out, but these are pretty small, so if you drop one, a good chance you'll lose it. The second one, smaller, black, looks like a 9mm. Oh boy, this is a bear to get in, especially with my big clumsy fingers. So fits in there very nicely, and I do like the fact that he does have guns finally. I'm not going to go over the articulation, except for, you know, showing that his wrists do rotate, which is pretty nice. A very nice head sculpt on him. He's not too bad at looking of a figure. Brown hair. He has some stubble going on there. Yeah, this one does have the little notch on his lip for his bubble gum. Pretty neat little bonus there. He does come with a standard G.I. Joe helmet. The holes are not punched on the ear holes. On the inside, he has this little lip on the inside to help his helmet stay on. Not bad at all. All right, let's take a look at the Ram. A nice improvement on the 82 Ram. Let's take a look at the Gatling gun here on the side. Similar sculpt. Comes on has one wheel that has a gray hubcap. Same barrels. Similar attachment articulation points. Now it has this gray knob here on the back that's grooved, and it looks like it was made, the original design was for it to turn and rotate the barrel, but apparently they couldn't get it working, so we no longer have that. It does have 2 identical saddlebags. One is marked 1 and the other one is 2. These do open up pretty nice. That's a very nice bonus. American flag there on the back. Seats are the matching gray color. Has a clear tail light on the back, clear headlight on the front, G.I. Joe symbol, has a working kickstand. The added bonus here, handlebars. Yes, yes, yes. And these are very nicely detailed. It has the brake cables on there and painted hand grips. Interesting fact with the World War II Harleys that the Allied forces rode on, the hand grip or the throttle was on the left, so the soldier could fire his weapon right-handed. So that's, I wonder if the same thing goes for the Ram. That would really confuse me if I were used to riding motorcycles with the throttle on the right-hand side. This did come with a file card for the vehicle, which you don't see very often. It's printed black on the back. Picture has Breaker riding on the Ram. It reads designation motorcycle, weapons. It has a Gatling gun. It further reads, these lightning-fast rapid-fire motorcycles have Gatling guns mounted on their sidecars for ground attacks that are swift and serious. A turbocharged engine gives them their incredible speed. They have ultra-quick response time. So it takes a highly experienced and really daring driver to operate them at top speed in the middle of a chaotic battle. Staff Sergeant Rock and Roll used a ram cycle to attack Cobra Island to rescue kidnapped scientist Dr. Burkhart, which was often, Burkhart was a name that they used in the Sunbow series. And they often deployed to defend G.I. Joe base perimeters. Breaker's file card, again, black on the back, reads communications officer, says officer, but it says he's a corporal. Interesting, huh? Oh boy. So I don't know why they did that, but it's okay. Communications officer sounds better. His serial number is 75779AR35. His file name is Kibby Alvin R. Primary military specialty infantry, secondary specialty communications technology. Birthplace Gatlinburg, Tennessee. His grade is E4. Middle paragraph, Corporal Breaker is the G.I. Joe team's communications expert, making him a crucial link between the battlefield and headquarters. He's familiar with battlefield technology that helps the team monitor Cobra activity. Corporal Breaker is familiar with NATO and Warsaw Pact communications gear as well as most world export devices. His specialized education is signal school. If he needs to communicate covertly, he has his signals he could use, even though I'm sure his radio is encrypted. Covert electronics, Project Gamma, don't know what that is. Qualified expert M16, M1911A1, Mac 10 Ingram, classified. This part's classified. He speaks 7 languages. The man is a savant. He speaks 7 languages. I have a hard enough time with English. And he's an E4. He should at least be a sergeant, at the very least. An E5. He is efficient and self-assured and has uncanny ability to turn adverse situations to his favor. And that is a very nice gift to have. Alrighty, so before I get into the next segment, one of my viewers, Vinny, one that helped out with Destro, he showed me a picture of the variant on Destro and told me that one had a darker colored chest than the other. So thanks again for that, Vinny. That was really cool of you. He asked, why don't you post your address with your videos so that people could send you stuff, and why should HCC have all the fun? And he's right. Why should you, Brian? Why should you have all the fun? That is something I never thought of, honestly. I've had viewers send me stuff before, New Jersey Ed being one of them. Sent me a Night Landing and some action figures. That was just very cool of him. He really didn't have to do that, and nobody has to feel obligated to send me anything. It's just not right. So if you would like to send me something, sure, I will be more than happy to receive it, add to the collection, give me more materials to review, because I don't plan on giving this up anytime soon. You know, I'd have to be old and gray and just too incapacitated to even think about toys. So yeah, I'll put my address down in the description if you want to send me something. I won't say no. I'll do an unboxing and say who it's from, and include you in with my channel supporters. So yes, if you guys would like to send me something, again, no way are you obligated to, but I would be grateful if you could do that. I would be very appreciative. So, all that being said, it's time for my favorite segment, Byron's Gripes. Yeah, it's hot, man. 109 degrees already, and it's not even 2 o'clock. It was a hot one yesterday too, but that's Arizona. So, what can we say here? If you are looking for this on the aftermarket, it's out there. Not very many, but they're out there. You know, it's not the original retail price of $14.99, I can tell you that. But the prices aren't really bad. Most of these are deal of the day, but there are a few that are just a little bit too high, little greedy. So let's go ahead. For a complete cycle, $19.99 to $27.99. Definitely, I would pay $27.99 for this. It's a fine looking motorcycle, very sturdy. It's not made out of that same plastic as the original, where it's a little bit frail. So yeah, I would go for that all day on those two prices. Mint in boxed, $45 to $54. Not bad at all. I happened to get this around that price 2 years ago. So the prices have not gone up on these. In fact, some of them have been reduced. One guy dropped his by $1, another one by 10%. So I am glad to see that people are starting to lower prices on some of this stuff. It warms my heart to see that. Okay, helmet and stand. $12.99. No. Yeah, it's just a bit much for the helmet and stand. Yeah. And this, for those of you just joining, I get these prices off of just eBay. I'm sure there are other sites out there that have it for cheaper. But eBay's what I quickly refer to. It's easier, it's more popular, more of a popular site. I'm not saying this to pick on those individuals. If I wanted to single them out, I would use their screen names, which I don't do. That's not what my channel's about. That's just wrong. That'll make me a bully. And as you know from last week, I despise bullying. So no, I will not do the $12.99 on that. It's a little much. Just because it says G.I. Joe, that's right, doesn't mean it's valuable. So you want an incomplete ram cycle. It doesn't have the saddlebags or the Gatling gun. $11.50. Still a great vehicle. You could customize that one or wait and buy the parts for it. You know, do what you want, man. Have fun. Have fun with it. That's the whole idea with the toys. Have fun. Now you want a complete breaker. $13 to $25. Not bad. Not bad, but remember, pay close attention. Look for the variant on his harness, on his web gear, and also the pistol variant. The one that came with the Ram has the silver and black pistol. Doesn't have two black ones. So that's something to look out for. An incomplete breaker, $8.99, not bad. To $18.99, no. No. That's a bit pricey. Now, if you're looking for a customized piece, yeah, if you're going to customize it for yourself, that's fine. You do head swaps or whatever, cool. But if you want one complete, you can get one complete cheaper than that. So no, $18.99 is a little much. And his file card, I didn't see the Ram file card. It was just Breaker's file card, $2.99. So not bad at all. Really nothing much to gripe about. Breaker is an unsung hero of the G.I. Joe line, especially version 1 not having a gun. My friends and I either used Grunt's M16 or we used a gun from Sergeant Rock to give Breaker something to defend himself with, because not every kid had a G.I. Joe base just to set Breaker down in the back and have him run things from the base, and not every kid had a Ram, so he could have that to ride on. So we used Breaker as a combatant. He had a machine gun from Sergeant Rock or Grunt. Why he didn't come with a gun is beyond me. He's an infantryman. He should have a gun. But he did have cool communications equipment. And I did have Breaker version 1 as a kid, but I lost him on a mission. He fell down a prairie dog hole, and the hole collapsed when I was trying to look for him. So somewhere, I know the area where he was lost, but there's houses on it now. So a house got built on Breaker. I was sad, actually. I was pretty upset. So anyway, there was something I was going to say, but I forgot. Must not have been important. So yeah, if you guys want to send me something to help the channel out, perfect. My address will be down in the description. I'm also on Twitter at JoeMotionVideos82. Also, I have a coffee account. If you want to leave me a tip, be great. That money will go right back into the channel for more giveaways. I have 2 separate giveaways, one for channel supporters and the other for everybody. Doesn't mean they're going to get something different, which they won't. or get something a lot better than what I would give you guys. It's all a fair chance on that. I won't do that. Give them something a lot better than everybody else. But they just have a greater chance of winning because I have fewer channel supporters than I do subscribers. But when I do reach 500, I'm at 276 right now, I will be holding another giveaway for everybody, for all the subscribers. And promise it'll be a very good prize. The last time I gave away a boxed Cobra Invader from the Star Brigade line. So that was, mint in box. It won't always be a boxed item, but I promise it'll be something nice, something desirable for collectors. So anyway, thanks again for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Give this channel a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Be glad to hear from you guys. Shoot me an email. That'll be in the description too. Always happy to talk to you guys. And always remember to be kind to everybody. And especially be kind to animals. They know nothing but unconditional love. They only learn to be mean from humans, teaching them that. So be kind to animals. They're put here on this earth to help us and to be a friend to everybody. And also, share this video. Let's get the word out there about this channel. And don't forget about Cobra Month. Cobra Convergence 4 coming up next month. HCC 788's channel. Very genius thinking on his part to get that going. It's got a lot of channels recognized. I wouldn't have known about a few of those channels if he hadn't have done that. So I'm very grateful for him for doing that. Learning a lot about G.I. Joe through these guys, through you guys, and through my research. So stuff I never knew about. So this has been Joe Motion Videos 82 signing off. Have a great day. Be safe out there. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.